And we're at Woodward Park. Coming up, we're going to tell you how you can learn to ride like a BMX pro from a BMX pro for free. And we're at Woodward Park. Coming up, we're going to tell you about a free BMX camp that could have your kids riding like a pro.
This summer, you can learn to ride like a BMX professional for free.
Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with a look at the new project hosted by local action sports star. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. That's right. Woodward Park is now open to a cool and new free BMX camp, and it's hosted by BMX pro Tony Hoffman. Tony, tell us how you got the idea and started up this free wheel project.
I raced competitively on the national level from the ages of 12 to 18. After 18, I left sport for a computer job, and sometime in between then, I ran into some issues and found myself addicted to drugs, and ultimately started sleeping on the street because of my drug addiction. Ended up in prison, and while in a prison cell, trying to recreate myself and reinvent myself, figuring out what I was going to do, getting back on the bicycle, racing professionally, and the bigger picture is starting this program, the Free Wheel Project, which is a BMX outreach geared towards kids, but we don't have age limits or, anybody can come out here, and basically the program is just to influence kids to make positive decisions, because I had the bike when I was 12 to 18, but it takes more than the bike to be successful. And I think from sleeping on the street and being addicted to drugs and turning my life around, that I have these tools now that I can give these children or anybody that comes out here that can take them from just having fun to learning how to make good decisions and make positive just have a positive influence around your life, and that's what we're trying to do out here, is just have some positivity in the kids' lives.
Right. What maybe draws the kids out here is a chance to, learn from you how to, be a BMX star, learn all these cool things, but at the same time, you're trying to teach them some great life lessons.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. The kids, they look up to you. Just having the title as being a pro BMXer, they look up to you, and that's something that I've learned is, people that are being looked up to, they have a power of influence, and I'm just trying to use that influence now to teach the kids to have fun and do the right things.
So you're here every Monday afternoon, taking groups of kids all ages and taking them around the track?
Yeah, every Monday, 4:30 to 6 at Woodward Park. They don't have to have bikes. That's the great thing about this program, and there's no startup costs. So you just come out, you can fill out a waiver. If you're under 18, you got to fill out that waiver. Your parents got to do it for you. We have helmets, and we bring out bikes. So if you don't have that, we got the bikes out here. Harlow's a great sponsor, and they're providing us bikes. But like you said, we're out here every Monday, 4:30 to 6 at Woodward Park.
And once you get into the park, it's free. There's no cost for the camp.
No cost. So, and once you get geared into the program, if you want to get funneled into the racing program, then there's membership fees and stuff. But we have incentives through Harlow Bikes, to help get the kids involved in the sport, to make it a little bit easier on everybody.
Absolutely. So this is your chance to kids of all ages to come learn how to be a BMX pro from a BMX pro, and also learn some great life lessons. I know you do a lot of talking with the kids, giving them the right tools to make the right decisions, but at the same time, they get to learn about a great sport from, you've had great success in the sport.
Right, and we come out here and we work every aspect of the sport. I had a kid to come out here with training wheels, we took the training wheels off his bike and taught him how to ride without his training wheels outside here, and then he developed the skills to learn how to ride the track. So we go over the starts, we go over the jumps, we go over the corners, we go over the rhythm sections. We take him through everything. Somebody like Gavin, he came out here and was on a really small bike, and now he's on a little bit bigger of a race bike. He's still kind of getting the courage to go down on his own, but as you can see, Gavin's 4 years old. We got young kids, we got some guys in their 20s, so everybody's out here having a good time.
Right, he's 4 years old and not afraid to go down this ramp as much as I am. He's farther down than I've made it today, but it's every Monday, 4:30 to 6. Once you get into Woodward Park, there is no cost to you, and you can come out here, kids of all ages, and learn how to be a BMX pro, Kim and Kopi.
Oh,
well,
man.
It's very generous of them.
Very generous. And there's nothing more exciting when you're that young and those training wheels come off. You say, yes, I made it. What an accomplishment. Boom. Yeah. Boom.
Lots going on. Clayton Clark joined us live with BMX star Tony Hoffman, showing us how your kids can learn to race bikes for free.
Look at that. Awesome.
What a rush.
And we're going to tell you how you can learn how to ride like a BMX pro from a BMX pro for free.
Every Monday, you can take part in a BMX camp for free in Fresno.
Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with a look at the Free Wheel Project. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. That's right. all summer long, every Monday, you can come out to Woodward Park and learn how to ride like a BMX pro from BMX pro Tony Hoffman. And the cool thing about it, Tony, is not only is the camp free, but if you don't have the equipment, that's provided also.
Yeah, that's provided also, and that's a big thanks to Haro Bikes, one of my sponsors, who is behind the program and what I'm trying to do with the kids. And we got bikes for all ages. This is something right here. This is the Haro Z10. This is actually a Strider bike. It doesn't have any pedals, so if the kids come out and they're too young to actually pedal the bike, we'll have stuff like this where they can just kind of zoom around the park, and maybe they got brothers and sisters. Gavin's 4 years old, and this would be Haro's Ultra Mini frame. That's for a kid that's about 2 to 5 years old. And then Gibson's riding the Haro Junior frame, which is the next level up. And Jenna is also riding a Haro Junior. And then we have riders that have their own bikes. Tate's got his own bike, and little buddy back there is riding his own Trek. If you turn to your right, there's a white Haro, which is something that a 13 to 14-year-old might be riding. So we have bikes for pretty much everybody out here. But like I said, if you have your own bikes and you're comfortable with those, you can bring those out too.
You also have helmets too.
Yes, helmets too, and that's something we're working on getting more of, because that's the biggest issue. A lot of kids have bikes that they're comfortable with, but they don't have the helmets, or they have the open face helmets, but we want everybody to have what you got on, something that's protecting the whole face. But we do have helmets as well.
So if you guys are done modeling, you're free to go ride now. I know the kids are itching to hit the course, and I mean, you've got itty bitty kids out here riding this course. Yeah. How do you get them started?
You know, we start them off pretty basic. You know, we start them out in the first turn first. You know, we don't want to start them on the hill, because you know, it's kind of intimidating at first to go down the hill. So we take them out on the track over and towards the corner, and then we just start them at their own pace. And then as they get comfortable and their confidence builds, they all generally want to come up here and get on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of kids came up here. I mean, I went down it once to see what it was like. I was terrified, but 2 years old, I mean, 5 years old, 4 years old, don't think anything of it. And that's part of the thing, is you're trying to build confidence with these kids when you're doing this freewheel project, right?
Yeah, totally. The confidence is the key to accomplishing anything in life. You know, Gavin is somebody that's special in building the confidence, because he's so young. He can do it, but he gets froze up, and you got to get in his face and let him know you can do this. You know, you just got to believe in yourself, and believing in yourself, like I said, is the key to accomplishing a lot of things, and that's what we're out here trying to do.
Absolutely. So it's every Monday, 4:30 to 6 p.m. All you have to do is get into Woodward Park, and it's completely free. You'll have Tony out here with all the extra bikes for kids that don't have them, and helmets to get you on the course, learning if you're too little to even have pedals, to where if you're, you know, older, there's no age limit to who can come out here and check out the Freewheel Project. You can find more information if you go to kmph.com, look under news links. We have a link to the Freewheel Project to find out more information about Tony and why he's doing this, and also find out how you can take part in this cool, fun, and free summer activity, Kim and Kobe.
Oh, that just looks great. How fun for kids. Lots going on. Clayton Clark joins us live with a look at how your kids can learn to race bikes for free and safely.
Yeah, and learn some life lessons along with it.
How would you like to learn to ride like a BMX pro? You learn from a BMX pro, and you learn for free.
Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with more on the Freewheel Project. Good morning, Clayton.
Hey, good morning, Kim and Kopi. Yeah, not a bad deal, right? Getting to learn how to be a BMX superstar from BMX superstar, Fresno man Tony Hoffman. This is a cool project, and you know, you're doing it. You're getting kids out here for free, so you're creating quite the project out here.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, the objective is to make it as easy as getting out of bed for kids to come out here, because nowadays it's like things are costly, and you know, baseball's costly, soccer's costly. You know, to do something like this and not have a cost will really draw families and kids out here, and that's what we want: more kids, more families to be a part of something positive.
And they're definitely getting exercise. I've taken 2 laps. My legs are burning like crazy, and you don't think about it because you don't look like you're pedaling that much, but just standing on a bike for that long gets you. So I mean, there's not going to be a lot of kids, you know, gaining weight out here.
No, they're not gaining weight. And parents, if your kids got energy, let them come burn it out here. They'll go to bed a lot earlier, because like you said, it's a full body workout going up and over the jumps.
Absolutely. So all you have to do is pay for the cost to get into Woodward Park, and you can come out every Monday, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Tony will be out here, and you also, not only do you not have to worry about costs for the camp, you don't have to worry about costs for bikes.
Right, that's right. If you don't have bikes, we have bikes. Haro Bikes has supplied me with bikes that I bring out here and helmets. So if you just bring a long sleeve shirt and long sleeve pants and some shoes, you don't have the rest of the equipment, we got it out here for you.
Now what's cool is this is just the beginning. You are working on making this kind of a worldwide project. It's all starting here, but hopefully in the next couple years we'll see the Freewheel project all over not only our country but other countries, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's starting here locally, and then, you know, the idea is to take this nationally around, take my testimony and my story to schools and promote my message to school, but also invite the kids at schools in the towns that I go to on the Pro Tour to come to have a ride with me at the Freewheel Project a day before a race, introduce them to the sport and positive decision making. And then I have other countries that have been reaching out to me and they want me, hey, you got to bring the Freewheel Project out here, New Zealand. I'm hoping to do some stuff in Australia from December to January. So basically take my message, take the Haro Bikes, the sponsor of mine, and go there, bring my message, drop bikes off, and just introduce kids into a positive thing.
So we're very lucky to have the beginning of this project right here in Fresno, and this is going on for the summer, right?
Yeah, this will be all summer. We'll probably be running up till about the time change. You know, with no lights out here, make it tough to run. So I think around October will be the end of the project.
All right, so it's a Woodward Park. All you gotta do is get in the park and come on down to the bike complex, which is this is a great bike complex. You know, people don't realize it's really relatively new here at Woodward Park, but you've been to a lot of places across the country. This is a good one.
This is the best one. I mean, there's places that have nice parks, but they don't have dirt jumps, they don't have trail parks, they don't have pump tracks, they don't have a BMX track with asphalt corners, asphalt starting hills. I mean, this place is immaculate, the best that there is in the country.
All right, so I've taken a couple practice runs. You want to race, bud? How old is that kid?
I don't know. Cody's 8.
8? All right. I've got about a 20-year head on him. You guys ready to race?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this. On your mark. Go. Peter.
Is he cheating against children?
Well, you know, he slipped. He slipped. It was an accident. It was just an accident. But they may catch up with him.
Go Cody and gang.
There he goes.
Yes,
there he goes.
Coming in on the inside.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Somebody's slowing down there.
Yeah, come on. All those muscles are burning.
Oh, good to see.
Oh, awesome. Great program.
6:46. Still ahead here on Great Day. We'll take a look
at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
All right, lots going on today. Clayton Clark joined us live with BMX star Tony Hoffman to show us how your kids can learn to race bikes for free.
And later this hour, our Great Day Zoo crew stops by with a blue-tongue skink.
And we're at Woodward Park. Coming up, we're going to tell you how you can learn to ride like a BMX pro from a BMX pro on Great Day.
Hey, did you know that BMX racing started in California in the 1970s when kids would race each other on dirt tracks?
Clayton Clark is live in Fresno with a look at how your kids can learn to ride for free. Good morning, Clayton.
Hey, good morning, Kim and Kopi. Yeah, what a great idea. Your kids can not only get to ride on one of the coolest tracks in the country, but they get to get lessons from a pro for free, and that pro is Tony Hoffman. Tony, first tell us, how long have you been riding BMX?
This will be my 9th year this year, so I competed competitively on the national level as an amateur for 6 years, and then after getting out of prison and rebuilding my life, I started racing pro, and I've been doing that for 2 years now. Yeah,
and so not only are you out here teaching kids about BMX and biking, but you're also passing on the message and making sure they don't make the same mistakes you did.
That's right, yeah. You know, through all the mistakes that I made and the pain and suffering I've caused myself, my family and friends, you know, I want kids to know what I did wrong and where I went wrong, and, you know, how they cannot make the same mistakes I did, and I just try and equip them with the same tools that are making me successful now to make them successful.
Yeah, so since then you've started up the Freewheel Project, which is right now it's here in Fresno, where you take kids every Monday and teach them about BMX and some good life decisions. But this is hoping to get bigger, right?
Right. This the biggest scale would be worldwide. Definitely going to be taking it nationwide next year, speaking to schools and churches and trying to get my message out to as many people as possible, and getting kids out on the bikes with me for free, even if it's just one day. Just that's what we're looking for.
So the Freewheel Project now is your charity. it's off and running.
Yeah, that's right. It's we're in the beginning phases of creating the nonprofit foundation, and taking donations to do things like traveling to schools and speaking, purchasing more bikes for kids, helmets, food and water locally, just anything. And I talk about that on my webpage at thoffonline.com. There's some other things on there too. I blog about my past and give a lot of the tools over the internet that I give these kids that you can check out. So if you're interested in my story, you can always go to thoffonline.com.
Yeah, and so a cool thing is, all you gotta do is pay to get into the park. You don't have to pay for the camp, and you don't have to have the equipment.
That's right. We provide everything if you don't have it. If you have your own stuff, then bring it out. But if you don't, Haro Bikes is a great sponsor of mine, and they're supplying me with bikes so the kids can ride them. And we have helmets of all, like in all ages, helmets of all sizes, bikes of all sizes. Bring a long sleeve shirt, pants and shoes, and we have the rest if you don't have it.
Absolutely. Like the bike that kid is taking off on right there is one that's here. Free for you to use when you come out for the camp, and then you can get lessons from Tony. I mean, how old is the little guy out here?
Gavin is 4 years old. He's our youngest. He's our youngest.
And he is incredibly confident now. You said when you first started with him, you had to kind of slowly just get him riding. He rides this course, starts from the top, and has no fear whatsoever.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch every kid progress like Gavin has done. It used to be a 10-minute ordeal to hold him and get him to believe that he could go down the ramp on his own. And then now, like we see him this morning, he'll go down on the ramp on his own. And the same progression happens with the older kids. They come out here, they're a little tight, and then 3 weeks later they're loose and they're looking like they're ready to start jumping and stuff. And that's what we want, is to teach kids the progression of how the sport works. It works the same in life. You start with something and you may not be as good at it, but with a little bit of perseverance, you'll get to where you're looking to go.
Absolutely. So it's Mondays. So today it's going on 4:30 to 6, free once you get into Woodward Park. And then a little bit, Kim and Kopi, we've got a special treat. Tony's going to get his bike out there and show us how the pros do it.
Oh, that sounds neat. Thank you. It's time for your 7th inning stretch on this Monday morning.
You heard it from Kim. Let's do it. Here we go. Everybody stand. And oh, that feels so... Oh, I think I'm going to throw a yawn in too while I'm at it.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, I go the bikers there. Got to stretch. They live on those bikes. Stay safe.
It's amazing how many muscle groups you end up using when you're riding a bike over a bunch of hills.
Oh, I mean, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, what a try.
Gotta join in, buddy.
Go in, stretch. Oh, yeah. All right.
All right, lots going on. Clayton Clark is getting his X Games on. He's live at Woodward Park, learning what it takes to be a BMX pro, and have details on how kids can learn for free.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. And
this summer, you can learn to ride like a BMX professional for free.
Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with a look at the new project hosted by a local sports star. Good morning, Clayton.
We'll go back out live shortly. All right, Clayton is showing us how you can learn to ride a BMX bike professionally for free.
It's such a deal. Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with a look at the new project hosted by local action sports star. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. Yeah, if you've got a bike and you're interested in BMX, we are with pro Tony Hoffman, who started the Freewheel Project. And Tony, tell us what you got here.
Basically, we got an outreach with BMX bikes geared towards the youth, but no age group, really. It's just anybody, 4 to 50, 60 if you want. We're providing bikes for people that don't have bikes. The only entry is to get into the park. If you're under 18, you have to have a parent fill out the waiver for you that allows you to ride for free. We got helmets. If you have a bike and helmet, bring out your helmet and bike. We're out here Mondays, 4:30 to 6, like clockwork every week. It's a camp, like you say, and there's no cost. And we're out here teaching kids how to make good life decisions and how to be good on a bike.
Now, what's cool is that you had the idea for this project, but a lot of people that sponsor you on the track in your professional races got behind you on this project too, right?
Yeah, that's right. Haro Bikes is providing me with the bikes for the kids to use that don't have bikes, and then GU Energy Labs is also providing energy products for the kids to use to make sure that they're fueling properly. And it's the stuff that the kids are getting are non-caffeinated products, but GU Energy Labs uses all natural ingredients in their stuff, so it's healthy stuff. It's not like we're feeding the kids Skittles or anything. We're giving them good, healthy, clean energy that they can use and burn off.
Yeah, so nobody gets dehydrated because it gets hot out here in the afternoons. and you know, you're using this as a chance to not only teach them about BMX, but like you said, to make good life decisions because you made some mistakes in the past. You've learned that, and now you're making sure these kids don't make the same mistakes.
That's right. You know, from sleeping on the street with drug addictions to going in prison and spending 2 years there, I think I got a good idea of what not to do. So I try to teach these kids the tools to do the things.
All right. So again, it's every Monday, 4:30 to 6, free right here at Woodward Park. Kim and Kopi.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, lots going on today. Clayton Clark joined us live with BMX star Tony Hoffman showing us how your kids can learn to race bikes for free.
And we're also keeping a close watch on all the news you need to know to get your day going.
Hey, every Monday you can take part in a BMX camp for free in Fresno.
Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with a look at the Freewheel Project. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. That's right. If you want to learn how to be a BMX superstar, why not get lessons for free from a BMX superstar? We've got Tony Hoffman with us, who started the Freewheel Project. And is it true you're giving free BMX lessons out here every week?
Yeah, that's right. Free lessons, free life lessons, free bike lessons. No helmets, no bikes. That's all right. Haro's provided me with the bikes to lend to the kids while they're out here. The only fee is to get into the park, and that's $5. And we meet out here on every Monday from 4:30 to 6 at Woodward Park.
And so you've started this project this summer. How's the reception been? How have the kids been?
The kids have been great. Every kid that comes out here is grin to grin. You know, it's most of the kids that are followers of the program were not locals of the regular program already. So the program works. They come out, they ride the bikes, they enjoy it, and they get to hear me speak about life lessons as well, and everybody has a good time.
Yeah, I mean, the kids out here seem to love it. The confidence that these 4-, 5-, 6-year-olds get on a bike, and then I'm sure that carries over into other things they do, right?
Yeah, that's the idea, is to learn, teach them life lessons with the bike through my speaking, and then teaching them to believe in themselves and give things time and persevere through crashing if they crash, or, you know, just scrubbing, and just to keep on going and things get good. And Gavin, our little 4-year-old, is becoming a superstar himself already.
Gavin, just as confident as they get, and yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple crashes where the guy gets up and puts his arms in the air. It's like, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, it's just like any other sport, you know, basketball, football, baseball, you know, there's injuries in every sport. So, but you know, as you can see, he's a stunt devil now, and you know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, that kid would not have been able to do that. So just coming out here and learning each day that we're out here has allowed him to do things like that.
All right, well, on a great day, if we get a pro BMXer and a bike and a helmet, we want to see you go. So you might give him a ride for us, Tony?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, so Tony's going to take off, and then me and the kids are going to try and catch him, which I'm sure will be extremely successful. You know, he's only one of the best. All right, so everybody else ready to try and chase him down? Go for it.
No.
What is he doing?
What do you think he's doing? What do you think he's doing?
Oh.
He's cutting across the track.
Oh my gosh, Clayton.
Oh well, one of these days he'll learn.
Oh, jeez. I know, and he's going super slow.
Is he going the wrong way?
Oh, boy. 8:51.
And we're at Woodward Park. Coming up, we're going to tell you how you can get lessons on becoming a pro BMXer from a pro BMXer.
How would you like to learn how to ride a BMX bike from a pro? And you get to learn all of this for free.
Wow. Clayton Clark is live at Woodward Park with more on the Freewheel Project. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. That's right. The Freewheel Project was just started here in Fresno by professional BMX rider Tony Hoffman, and it has taken off. I mean, did you expect to have so many kids out here interested in BMX when you started this project, Tony?
I really had no idea. You know, when I first started it, I started speaking and inviting kids to come out. And right away, it was like we had 40 kids, 50 kids, and it was like, holy smokes, what are we going to do with all these kids, you know? But thankfully, you know, there's some other really great riders that are local. Robert Riofrio, Phil Castro, Mikey Martinez, Austin Hyatt, Brent Smith, Mike Montanez. They come out and they help, and so we can split the kids up in groups, and then each one of us can take the kids to certain parts of the track and teach them the fundamental skills of riding.
So every Monday here at Woodward Park, you and your other guys take them out and teach them all about BMX, but you're also adding a little more than just bike riding, right?
Yeah, I talk a lot about my, I wouldn't say a lot, but I talk about 10 minutes each day before we start about my past experiences and the mistakes that I've made, and try to teach kids to make positive positive choices in their life that'll benefit them in the long run. So we're having fun, learning life. It's just a great time out here. Mondays 4:30 to 6 at Woodward Park.
So it's completely free. All you gotta do is pay to get into Woodward Park. And then another add-on is that you have free equipment. So if you don't have a bike, you don't have a helmet, you can still come and take part.
That's right. Harl Bikes has supplied me with bikes for kids that don't have any, and we have helmets out here at the track. So if you don't have that, just bring a long sleeve shirt, long sleeve pants, and some shoes, and we'll fit you up and get you ready to rock and roll.
Now you have a pretty big vision for this freewheel project. We're hoping its origination is going to be in Fresno, but you're hoping it becomes a world-renowned bike program.
That's right. Next year will be the first launch of taking things on a national level, speaking to schools and inviting kids out for a one-day freewheel project. We're out the whole summer here. But next year, as I travel on the pro circuit, I'll be going to schools and inviting kids into schools to try the sport of BMX after they hear my testimony and what I've been through, and to have a good time. And then other countries like New Zealand and Australia that want to be a part of what I'm doing, I'll be able to travel over there and take my goods over there and see how things work.
Very cool. Well, again, it's 4:30 to 6 every afternoon here at Woodward Park. Again, all you gotta do is get in, long sleeve shirt, pants, and shoes. No open toes, and you're out here, and he's got the equipment for you. You can find more information by going to kmph.com. Look under news links, you'll find the Freewheel Project link, and there you'll find more information about what Tony's up to here. See his story and learn about how your kids can find out how to get pro BMX lessons from people that are pros in BMX, Kim and Kopi.
It's really wonderful and quite generous of him to share his story.
Oh, absolutely. Very important.
Sharing some demons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're at Woodward Park. Come up, we're going to tell you about a free project that can have you riding like a BMX pro.
You're watching Great Day, the Valley's only 5-hour live local news and entertainment program. Great Day, now in HD, will continue in a moment.
Did you know that BMX racing started in California in the 1970s when kids would race each other on dirt tracks?
Clayton Clark is live in Fresno with a look at how your kids can learn to ride for free. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Kim and Kopi. That's right. Not only can your kids learn how to, ride like a BMX star for free, they're getting those lessons from an actual BMX star from Fresno. Tony Hoffman. Tony, what made you decide to start this project and start giving back to your community in your sport?
I made some pretty serious mistakes and did my fair share of wrongings to other people and myself, and I just reached that low point where I was sleeping on the street and then in prison, and the pain that I went through, I don't want to see that go through anybody else, and that's the fuel to my fire of why we're out here to help these kids and teach them how to ride bikes and get them into things that they can do that are positive, and then at the same time teach them the life lessons that I've learned to help them be successful.
So you're out here every Monday doing basically a big free camp.
Yeah, I like that. It's a camp. That's what it is, summer camp. We're out here, but we're doing it on bikes, and we're having a good time. There's no age limit. Like I said, every Monday, 4:30 to 6, and we have bikes if you don't have one, and we have helmets if you don't have them. So just come out here with the shirt and pants, or long sleeve shirt and pants, and you're good to go.
All right, so we have two of the star riders that are out here. Jenna, how long have you been riding for BMX?
For a long time.
A long time? Yeah, I can tell. So what's your favorite part about it?
Riding.
You just like riding? Do you go really fast out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how fast do you think?
I don't know.
Was that like 80 miles an hour, is that what you said? Something like that. Tate, you've been doing this for a long time, right?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years.
So what made you get started?
One day I was hanging out with my dad and I was asking him if there was any other sports I could try. He goes online and searches it, and out pops BMX, and then I just decided to start BMX.
And so have you had a good time getting some lessons from Tony?
Yeah, I've been here for about 2 or 3 weeks.
You ready to show us what you got out there?
Yep.
What about you, Jenna? You gonna take a ride for us?
Yeah.
All right, get your bikes ready. Jenna, how old are you, 6?
Yep.
6 years old. Tate, how old are you?
11.
11. So yeah, there's a wide age range. We had kids as young as 4 out here, and we've got Jenna who's 6, Tate 11. So go ahead and ride whenever you guys are ready. And boys, girls, any ages, all welcome, right?
Yeah, Jenna was actually one of the first girls that came out here, and she had her own bike, and then she's graduated through the incentive program, and she's got her own Harl bike now, and she's actually one of the better riders that we have here that started out with never being on a BMX track. And then Gavin's our 4-year-old, and we have some 20-year-olds and some 30-year-olds that come out. So there's really no age limit. If you want to have fun and a good time, and maybe you just want to help kids and you like riding bikes, come out. I could use the help. we're just out here to have a good time and influence kids in a positive way.
All right, so again, it's every Monday, 4:30 to 6 right here at Woodward Park. Once you're in the park, it is free, Kim and Kopi.
Free, we love that. Thank you.
Great lessons, great life lessons, and also healthy. Getting out there and working out.
Right.
Absolutely.